Other stuff, some stuff that he think I don't know about, or he think he got one up on me. I don't know. He think he got a mold somewhere. I told him I got a. Hopefully the commission gets this right. It was a bummer not being declared the winner on a technicality that could be righted. That wrong could be righted, obviously in different ways.
Some stuff that he think I don't know about, or he think he got one up on me. I don't know. He think he got a mold somewhere. I told him I got a mold. The boxing world has been flipped upside down as news breaks that Tank Davis has been taken into federal remand over allegations of match fixing in his controversial fight with Lamont Roach Jr. just days after whispers of a possible investigation began circulating. Things have taken a darker turn. Hopefully the commission gets this righted. Was a bummer not being declared the winner on a technicality that could be read that wrong could be righted obviously in different way. It started with reports indicating that the referee in charge of the fight, Steve Willis, has provided key information that supports the claims that the fight was manipulated. Fans and analysts have been questioning how the fight ended in a majority draw despite Roach seemingly doing enough to win. And now with federal authorities involved, it appears that those suspicions were more than justified. So I think Lamar Roach, I think he landed more punches throughout the fight. I think Tank was used to figuring it out, having that slow start, figuring it out around the third, fourth round, and I think from the moment the final bell rang, controversy surrounded the result. Roach had outworked Davis in several rounds and many believed he deserved the victory outright, but then came the ninth round, the moment that set off alarms. Davis took a knee in the middle of the action, something completely unexpected, and referee Willis appeared to start the count. However, midway through, Willis changed his mind, waved it off, and ruled that it was not a knockdown. That one decision changed the entire outcome of the fight. If Willis had counted it as a knockdown, Roach would have won the round 10-8, which could have been enough to secure a win on the scorecards, but with the call going in Davis's favor, the fight ended in a draw, leaving Roach stunned and fans furious. What's your thoughts when would that they wasn't going to overturn it? Yeah, I mean, I expected that. I don't really see them doing that. Tank is too big of an attraction. New York, I felt like for a while Davis's explanation for taking the knee was bizarre to say the least. He claimed that his hair had been freshly done with too much grease, and when he started sweating it dripped into his eyes and burned, forcing him to kneel. The excuse was widely with fans calling it one of the most ridiculous things they'd ever heard from a fighter. Critics pointed out that fighters get sweat and blood in their eyes all the time, and none of them just decide to kneel in the middle of a fight. Roach himself was livid after the fight, saying, "If you take a knee, that's a knockdown. That's just the rules." The ref started counting, so why did he stop? "They stole this from me." His team wasted no time filing an official complaint with the New York State Athletic Commission, demanding a full review of the fight and how it was officiated. But the controversy didn't stop there. He take a knee, you need to lose like 108 that round at least. No, and plus the corner go up and put it a towel in the face. That's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules. What made things even worse was a chilling comment Davis made to Roach at the night of the fight, where he reportedly told him, "They ain't going to give it to you." At the time, people assumed Davis was just talking about the usual politics of boxing, where the aside fighter gets the benefit of the doubt. But now, in light of the match-fixing allegations, that statement has taken on a whole new meaning. Did Davis already know how the fight was going to end before it even started? Was the result predetermined? These are the questions that have now triggered a full-blown federal investigation. So to me, I thought I won a fight. Clearly, I thought a close fight. I thought I won a very competitive fight. I'm not saying I steamroll him or whatever, but the feds got involved after Roach's legal team brought in high-profile attorneys who pushed for a deeper investigation into the fight's result. They pointed out suspicious betting activity leading up to the fight, with an unusual amount of money being placed on a draw. A draw is one of the least common outcomes in boxing, so the fact that so much money was being placed on it raised major red flags. Investigators started looking into whether inside information had been leaked to bettors who knew ahead of time that the fight would end in a draw. And then came the biggest bombshell, the revelation that referee Steve Willis had provided key information to authorities. It should have been a knockdown one, so that's why I'm yelling at the referee like, "Keep counting, like you tripping, keep counting, that's a knock, man." Because he, if y'all didn't notice, he started the count while the full details of what Willis said haven't been released. Sources indicate that he confirmed there were external influences affecting his decisions during the fight. That confirmation was enough for federal agents to move in on Davis. The arrests are as surprising as they are. Davis, who has had his fair share of legal troubles in the past, now finds himself in what could be the most serious situation of his career. He wasn't coming to lay down, I've been knowing L-Man since we was kids. So we came up in amateurs together, so I knew that I knew Lamb-Man was serious. He was coming in there to fight. If the allegations are proven true, he could be facing not just a suspension from boxing but criminal charges that could land him behind bars. Boxing insiders are already speculating on how this could affect his career moving forward. Some believe this could be the beginning of the end for Davis, while others think his promotional team, led by Al Hayan and premier boxing champions, will do everything in their power to protect him and keep him fighting. But even if he avoids legal trouble, the damage to his reputation may be irreversible. I feel like when my back is against the wall, against the ropes, it's like it's time to show up. So it wasn't really hard for me to focus because all I had to do was do it. Social media has exploded with reactions to the news, with fighters and boxing personalities weighing in. Devin Haney, one of Davis's biggest rivals, wasted no time mocking him, posting, "Damn, first he fakes injuries to duck fights, now he fixing fights, ain't no way. Y'all still rocking with this dude?" Oscar de la Hoya, who has been a longtime critic of Davis, tweeted, "I've been saying it for years, Tank is protected. The truth always comes out." Even Teddy Atlas, the veteran boxing analyst and known for his non-nonsense takes, called the situation a disgrace to the sport. I'm still rooting with him. I saw all the negativity and people, critics talking, but I think he's one hell of a fighter. And I think he's still the top dog to make matters worse. Davis's name has now been removed from several boxing rankings. Ring magazine officially dropped him from their pound-for-pound list, replacing him with David Benovitz. The backlash is already affecting his career in real time, and if the investigation leads to further evidence, things could get even worse. There's already talk that the New York State Athletic Commission may again revisit and void the fight result entirely, which would mean Roach could be declared the rightful winner. If that happens, Davis would not only lose his standing as one of the top fighters in the sport but could also see his championship belts taken away. They reverse the result of your fight? Yeah. Should they reverse the result of that fight as well? Just depends. Like if that changes the whole fight, if that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity sport. So as Davis sits in remand awaiting his next legal hearing, the question now is whether he will fight his way out of this or if this will be the moment that ends his career. If the feds have enough evidence to charge him with match fixing, he could be looking at not just a ban from boxing but actual jail time. Some are already comparing this to past boxing scandals, drawing parallels to how Floyd Mayweather was accused of controlling judges and referees throughout his career. But while Mayweather was never caught in anything this serious, Davis may not be so lucky. If the allegations hold up, he could go down as the biggest scandal in modern boxing history. He called me with a good shot, but it was times that I sat in there with him and I'm like, damn, this guy like super slow. Well, not super slow, but he's slow, and I could have took advantage of. I think I was boxing too much in the beginning, and when I feel like Gervonta Davis is in deeper water than anyone expected, and now the boxing world is split on whether he can bounce back or if his career is permanently damaged. Rolly Romero, one of Davis's past opponents, seems to believe Tank can turn things around in the rematch, but his words don't come without controversy. Speaking to The Ring, Romero said Davis has the ability to make adjustments and secure a win in the rematch, adding that Roach's performance was so surprising that even Roach himself might not have expected it. That statement alone raised eyebrows. Was Romero implying that Roach got lucky? Because if there's one thing the boxing world has agreed on, it's that Roach was the better man that night. It wasn't luck, it wasn't a fluke. Tank, you lost that fight. I mean, the only reason they gave you the fight was because you would make more money as a champion, but there's no way it's a draw, and they didn't call it a knockdown. If they called a knockdown, you lost. Roach outboxed Davis and would have won if not for the questionable officiating, but now with Davis under federal investigation for match